This is Paul. I want to open up this message with prayer. Lord, I pray that anyone who is not saved will be saved, and that those who are saved already will preach the gospel to those who are not saved. Lord, I pray that you will anoint this message in your name. I pray. Amen. This message that I'm going to preach on is why you need to be saved right now. There are some of you who have already been saved before hearing this previous message. There are some of you who got saved as a result of this message. But there are others of you who outright reject this message. And there are still others who said, yes, I know I need to get saved. I'll get saved. But not now. That's called procrastination. We're gonna deal with 6 reasons why that is dangerous. Number 1, you are as young as you'll ever be. Have you ever turned out of an 18-year-old who turned 17? You ever heard of someone who was once 55 years old, who later had their 50th birthday? I've never heard about that, and neither have you. There are people who want to look younger than they are. There are people who don't act their age. I sometimes don't. Ecclesiastes 11:7. Remember, you created while young. Light is sweet, and it pleases the eyes to see the sun. However many years a man may live, let him enjoy it all, but let him remember the days of darkness, for there will be many. Everything to come is meaningless. Be happy, young man, while you're young. Let your heart give you joy in the days of your youth. Follow the ways of your heart and whatever your eyes see. But know for all these things God will bring you to judgment. So then banish anxiety from your heart, and cast off the troubles from your body, for youth and vigor are meaningless. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, and the years approach, when you'll say, I find no pleasure in them. You ever heard an old person say, I wish I was younger? We have so many, just as I said earlier, we have so many people who have facial surgery who look younger than they are. I think that's the reason why I think that scripture explains it perfectly. In the years of approach, when you say, I find no pleasure in them. Before the sun and light and the moon and the stars grow dark, and the clouds return after the rain, when the keepers of the house tremble, and the strong men droop, when the grinders cease because they are few, and those looking through the windows grow dim, when the doors to the street are closed, and the sound of grinding fades, when men rise up at the sound of birds, but all their songs grow faint, when men are afraid of heights and of dangers in the streets, when the almond tree blossoms and the grasshopper drags himself along, and desire no longer is stirred, that man goes to his eternal home, and mourners go about the streets. Remember him before the silver cord is severed, or the golden bowl is broken, before the pitcher is started at the spring, or the wheel broken at the well. And the dust returns to the ground where it came from, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Everything is meaningless. In other words, get saved young, while you are as young as you are. Number 2, you may die at any moment. Heart attacks, car accidents, motorcycle accidents, at home, murders at home. I've heard preaching about people who were full of life and then died in that state. I even heard Adrian Rogers preach about two men playing golf. One asked, "How are you feeling?" The other said, "I never felt better." And then he died. Scary, isn't it? Number 3, the Lord may come at any moment, like a thief in the night. Revelation 16:15, Matthew 24:43, 1 Thessalonians 5:2. Number 4, you may be as close as you'll ever be to being saved. Have you ever cried, "I almost made it"? There are people who are crying it out. "I almost made it. I almost made it to heaven." The memory is tormenting them intensely. I've heard preaching about people who are almost saved but put it off, and they were never that close to being saved again. Number 5, the torment of hell is a reason to get saved. Revelation 9:1-11 deals with locusts. Those locusts were tormenting men for 5 months. The men couldn't stand it. They were seeking death but could not find it. If those men were tormented, if God restrained his wrath, that was restrained wrath. That was not God's full wrath. That was only a teeny bit of God's wrath. In hell, people there are experiencing God's full wrath, full-blown wrath. Can you imagine how tormenting it is? You can't. It's more horrifying than the horror movie, than the most horrifying movie ever. And folks, I don't watch horror movies. Have you ever been disappointed when you miss out on something? I have. Those in hell are very angry that they missed out on a blessing in heaven. They missed out on heaven, which brings us to number 6. Number 6, heaven. There was no pain, no suffering, no torment. There was perfect peace, perfect joy. Our bodies will be forever perfectly healed. We will be there forever. When we have been there 120 years, we have no less years than when we first began. We have no less seconds. Isn't that a nice thought? In other words, get saved now. Conclusion. Lord, I pray for those who have heard the message. May you burn it to their soul. May it burn in their soul. May they toss and turn until they are saved. Lord, I pray that those who are saved, that'll be a very, very powerful motivation to win those who are lost to you, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen. And amen. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video. And I'll see you soon. Bye.